Hmm? Can you hear me? Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me? Testing one, two. Kevin, let Kevin in. Yeah, testing one, two. That motherfucker got the it is motherfucker got the jitterbug. Can you hear me? Okay. Can you move this over to the other one where I can get you know how you move it over two sides? You know the to these joints. Hmm. Which one home? Okay, I want to get to the other side. Okay. Right here? Okay. I'm trying to get to the other side. Okay. Okay. Here we go. It's been a while, but I ain't on trial. Got something special for y'all tonight. I got a longtime friend of mine that's gonna get in my business and deliver it like a postman. Oh man, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to get my engineer to clear my screen so I can see like a fiend. Let them know what platforms we're on. If you want to find us, we're on Facebook. My screen is still clogged over here, my brother. Talking to the engineer, the top engineer in the city right now, top producer, executive producer here in Rebel Rousers. I'd like to thank everybody for taking just a moment of their time to check in, man, to see how everybody doing. I'm waiting on some comments. Hey, Donna, how you doing? Donna, you getting ready to find out. Hey, Sabrina, how's everything going? You getting ready to find out a little bit more about who I really am. This is not about me. For the last 2.5 years, I have been interviewing everybody, and I had a longtime friend approach me with one of the greatest ideas where he said, man, why don't you let me interview you, man? It's a lot of your story that people need to know or might be interested in hearing. So I said, hey, that ain't a bad idea. I ain't afraid of the mic. So I thought I'd step out here on the, on faith and let it do what it do. We had some guests in the house tonight. We got a guy here that puts flyers together. Also, today was National AIDS Day, if anybody knew. HIV AIDS Day. Can you believe that? Robert Jackson, how you doing, Slim? How's everything? Everything good? Thanks for tuning in. What's up, Kenilworth? I got your man coming in right in a minute. Pavin, how you feel? Talk to him. Yeah. See, I got these guys just I got some first timers in the studio. They so nervous. They got my engineer double working. These motherfuckers can't sit still. We great. Put these see, I got to this man to knock the curtain down. He's just so nervous, man. He's in his studio. You know, they get to passing that tree around. You don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They get nervous and drinking. Oh man, but thank everybody for tuning in, man. We got a good show coming. Want to thank all the past shows prior here at Rebel Rousers, here at Rebel Rouser TV. Uh, uh, Tariq, Majid, and Bob Majid for their beautiful show, and the Cocktail Cousins Cocktails. What is it called, Jermaine? Cocktails and Cousins, another beautiful podcast. Also, Diamond City. Looking for him to come around the corner and make some noise. Uh, but right now, we're just here to, really address the people, man. It's been so much happening, man. I've been off the mic for about 2 weeks now, based on some things that was going on in my life, which I thought was priority to get uh, it back to where I need to be healthy, 100% healthy, because your health is your wealth, and you got to make your health your first priority. Now, COVID and all these RSVs and flus and all that's back on the rise now, based on people not wearing the mask like they were in the beginning. So you got to be cautious, man. I'm just coming off a 2-week illness of hey, what's up, Moody? How you doing, home team? Got to get you on here, man. I know you got a man time all the time. We're going to get that hashtagged in there too, so we can get that going. Proud of you, brother, and congratulations on your new Lil Moody. We had a lot to happen on. I also want to say happy birthday, belated birthday to Miss Carmen Marie, who had a beautiful 50 of 5. She's the one who said 5 dimes equal 50. Good God Almighty. 5 dimes. She looked very nice on her birthday. It was held in a very nice place on Okie Place, invite only, man. She sent me an invite. I was still under the weather and didn't see. I'm not one of those guys that if I get sick, I go around people. I would like to quarantine. I like to stay away from people till you get yourself together before you just mix back in and try to get to your normal daily routines and working and all that. Because what you do is you get other people sick. If you're sick, you need to stay home. You know what I mean? I know you got money problems, because we all got money problems. But, your health is your wealth, and you need to always prioritize that. Sometimes you just got to take a rest, man. It's a lot going on. It's a lot to talk about. Riggs Park had 4 deaths in 1 month. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple OGs to pass away, which was tragic. Darrell Bellin, Bernard Richardson, Michael Wilson, and Stephen Doy. So we had a lot of people. We lost a lot of people in 1 month. Also, you all right? Oh, man, look at that, man. Oh, man, this don't look like Fridays. Look at what that coming across the whole, man. They got Smokey up in here, man. They done deviated, man. Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm on some Smokey time. Man, they done took me all the way. Man, I tried sobriety for 30 years. It was good, but man, that weed now, man, they got over here some kind of sweet. Man, let them smoke, Slim. It's all right. Yeah. But just good to have people tuning in, man. I want to also thank one of my guest engineers, also who's been providing all kinds of services through flyers and edited videos, and you can get with him. Yeah, I'm good. You can get what you wear. How could I get with you? How could? Okay. Hey. Okay. Hold on. Oh, okay. There we go. Go ahead.
What's good? It's your boy Michael Emery. You can find me at any on Facebook, Instagram at Memory Music, MEMERY_music. Hit me up there for any type of freaking graphics or engineering, anything. What is good?
Okay. All right. Okay. When you say graphics or engineering in specifics to somebody whose job technically stupid, break it down to them in the smallest term. Because you got to go with layman's terms a lot of times. A lot of times y'all techs or engineers, y'all talk like engineers. Sometimes you got to be,
Facts.
You know what I mean? I don't know what that means. What does it mean?
So basically, print work. You got some flyers, you're going to have a party or something about to throw. If you need some flyers, you need some, I don't know, you need a cover art for some mixtapes or albums or whatever, all that good stuff.
There we go. Now we get details.
That's what I do.
Yeah, because I would see, the reason why I did that, because I used to work for a company, right? I ain't going to mention the name, but it was a computer company, which was owned by us, right? And they was contracted through Verizon, right? And I learned one thing about this. Sometimes when you build people, and especially when it's a large amounts of money, you have to itemize everything so you can let a person know exactly what they're paying for. You can't just send them a sum of what they owe you. The bills need to be itemized. So that's why I was telling you, well, what actually do you do? And just like you broke it down, sometimes you got to break it down. Now somebody know exactly what to do. And your name is Michael Emery, and they can find you on Facebook and what?
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, at Memory Music, even Twitter, at Memory Music, MEMERY Music.
And you speaking to somebody who might want a video edited, Instagram video. You know how y'all girls.
You want to listen to some good music because I do my music thing. I produce and rap, so it should be popping over here.
It sound like you trying to move in one of these chairs over here.
You know what I'm saying? I do what I do, baby.
You're trying to slide in one of these chairs, man. Well, pop that Dave Nahill over there if you want to go to where they're going. There it is, Memory Music. At Memory Music. If y'all want to get your videos chopped up, this man is very reasonable. He does quality work. I've used him myself. I truly believe that if we build a network amongst each other and spend our money with each other, we all can grow together. And we would have, what's up with you, Ricky T, Ricky C, RC? We would have less animosity towards one another because we all would see that everybody's exchanging money. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, man, just to let y'all know, Slink TV is a network that I created. It's also a place where we produce podcasts. Also, it's a place where we can show you how to do certain things when it comes to the network. It's all kinds of things that we can do, even with young people. You can subscribe to Rabble Rousers on Slink TV, YouTube, live, and subscribe. Yeah, so let's get some subscribers. And share the show. Hey, how you doing, Emmanuel? We got a lot of going on. How was your trip to Jamaica? And tell your wife, happy birthday. 50 years is a lot of time to be on the earth. A lot of people in this time and day, that's why young people go so hard about their birthdays, because they experience so much death at a young age. They think every year might be their last one. They put, we ain't used to be like that with a whole lot of birthdays. They were that Smokey again. Good God Almighty, Smokey. There they go. There they go. There they go. Yeah. But it's all good though, man. I'm just happy that everybody tuned in, man. I ain't been on the mic in about 2 weeks, but now this is basically a back seat that I'm taking. My man is here. He's been here patiently waiting to interview me in reference to wherever he go. I don't know where he going. We ain't scripted. We ain't write it up. It's live. Me and him have a very good communication where we've been communicating with each other for over 30 years without arguing and without disrespecting one another. And we both from different sides. Thank you. The different sides. Thank you, Don. I need to get you on here too as an engineer because you're a very bright person. You just got back from California too. Mm-hmm. You got to have some money to go to California, huh? What you was doing in California, Don? Oh, industry Mongol is on the way. That's what I'm trying to be. But see, one thing about me, my main goal to come up is to help pull somebody up with me. You know what I mean? Because I just don't. If you got race pride, you just can't drive home and not see the pain and agony and poverty on people's faces that look like you. And you could just be grateful for the small things that you have, that you look over there and they don't have it. You can look right at them and see how the pain and the agony and the worration. Some people just worrying about where they're gonna sleep, and some of us going home sleeping in queens and kings and silks and Baileys besides shit bouncing all around. And then some people, man, they hungry, man, they starving, man, they out, they walking around, they don't have nowhere to go, trying to figure out the next move to get a move, where to sleep. So always be grateful. It's Christmas times. Dig a little deep in your pocket to help somebody. You know what I'm saying? I know you're going to buy toys and all that, but help some individuals. Help some people. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Amazon as much. Help some people. Reach out to some people that look like you. And, man, even if it's something small like a meal, just give them a decent meal. A lot of people don't have decent meals, man. Just the little slightest thing that you take for granted. A lot of people, they don't know where the next decent meal's coming, man. Can you imagine that? That's serious business, man. But without further ado, I brought you Michael Emery. Kenworth Fast was on here, man. He said, tell you what's up. I hear check back in when you come on. I'm trying to get Kenworth in here, man, because Kenworth has been around, man. He's a true icon and a legend of Kenworth. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you can hold a name like that of an area and it never gets smacked around, it's something, Slim. That's statue type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because dude can't claim no whole area and it stand like that for 30-something years or 40 or whatever. You know what I mean? And it don't be proper. So we got to give dudes honor where honor's due, man. We can't wait till a dude land on his backside, you know what I'm saying, with makeup on his face in the casket before we want to say a lot of nice things about people. We got to say nice things about people now so they can understand how we really feel about them, Slim. So people can drop all these little images on how we supposed to be and all that, man. We grown, man. We men. That's what men do. You know what I mean? We gonna leave all the emotions for our counterparts. You know what I'm saying? We gonna operate off reason. We gonna prioritize, all these characters. We gonna prioritize all the things. What they say? You might give me some help on this one, babe. Tools of the workshop of the mind, right? We gonna use, you know what I'm saying? We building character, you know what I'm saying, Jay? That's what we building, Slim, because they watching. It's always people watching. You think you going down the street, ain't nobody paying you. Man, don't get caught up in that phone. People ain't looking, man. They watch the way your pants sag, your curly hair, your hairline hitting. You know what I'm saying? Your shoes clean, you know what I mean? You conducting yourself. You ain't running your mouth. Man, people watching, man. They trying to find how to be or get to the next step. You know what I'm saying? People trying to find a way, man. I'm 58 years old. Man, I used to watch and still watching. I'm watching a 70-year-old trying to see how it's going to look to be 70. What's up, Curtis, Ben? How you doing? Yeah, I'm just giving up a little gospel because my man, he got me so nervous because he got all my darkest secrets. He got all my, so I'm just thinking like, I know he going to spam me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Doug Lassinger? How you doing? I got your man, Marco Price Bay here. He's going to interview me. I've been interviewing people for the last 2.5 years since COVID. Me and Dion with all over the place, which I still have. Everybody keep asking me, man, what's up with all over the place podcast still exist. We are on Slink TV. All right. Stay with me. You know what I'm saying? Diddy changed his name 5 times. Diddy, Puffy. Man, you got to stay with him every time he change. You know what I mean? It's evolution, man. It's about evolving, man. But it's all about evolving in a positive way where we can try to build some type of network amongst each other. I'm telling you, man, all the resources that we have are right in our own reach. We just have to do more at humbling ourselves and dropping these false egos and reaching out to people, calling people, text somebody, let them know, man, what I need. Oh, man, you know a dude that could chop this video? Oh, you know a dude where I can cut a song at? Oh, well, you know a dude where he can help me get a contract? You know how somebody can help me? We can reach out to people. You know somebody can help me get my LLC, and we got everything. We got it. Like Kevin Hart said, we're better than them. We always beat them. Remember that Joni said on the radio? We're better than them. Nobody can beat us. That's real. You got to believe that, man. You got to believe in yourself, man. Believe in your greatness. Attach yourself to something great. Stop entertaining a bunch of, I don't even call it negativity because it done got past that. I call it toxicity. And what that means is that's a constant motion of motherfucker just always bringing nothing but pus to the conversation. You know what I'm saying? He always bleeding on you. You got to bring some bandages home. We all need bandages. Got to bring some bandages, Slim. Start bringing somewhere where a dude can get some comfort. Bring somewhere you can uplift a brother, man. Help a brother, man. Assist him any way you can, even if it's a haircut, a free haircut. Anything, a free meal. I got guys that I know, they've been, like the brother I'm going to bring up, he been feeding dudes. I learned so much about gratitude from him. When he taught me, when I first came back into society, because he had been here before me, and I looked at him and he was, I tried to find some type of image of how it should be if I do what he do, and you gotta have something to go on. When you lost, you gotta find somebody to lead you, man. You gotta find somebody, man. Just hopefully that you find somebody that has your best interest, where they won't mistreat you, because you got a lot of people that lead you down the wrong road too. So you got to be real specific, and you got to have some instinct of your own. You know what I'm saying? So, Kevin, how you feeling?
Feeling good, baby. Always in the sky. But
you're always in the sky. What the fuck? You a bird? You want to me you're always in the sky. Man, you can tell when a dude get a good one up in him and say, man, I'm feeling good, always in the sky. But you know what? I know what you mean, because I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna bring my guest on. So, I read a book one time, right? And it talked about what getting high really is. Getting high is just what it is. That means you want to come out your low. Right? So whatever you use to get to your high, because that's trying to get to your spirit, man. You know what I mean? You're trying to get to your spirit. Because you could just stay like this. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't interested in going up, you say, that's what get high mean.
That makes sense.
It ain't about what go in the J. It's about what way you go once you hit the J.
Yeah, the journey of it all. 100.
Journey of it all?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can I get a haircut? Yeah, you can get a haircut, Duck. Yeah, man, you want to come on here and talk about a haircut. Everyone should have a positive. Everyone should have a positive person. Come on in, man. Let me introduce my guest, man. My guest who is going to interview me, without further ado, is Brother Marco Price Bay.
Thank you. I appreciate you for allowing me the opportunity to be on Slink TV. We on Rabble Rousers, the verbal encouragement. So, what's going on, man? I've been watching your podcast. I've been seeing you moving, and you've been evolving from one thing. You've been cutting his hair for about 10 years now?
10 years.
I've been watching you, and you already stated the fact that we've been friends since 92, right?
92.
1992.
1992.
We met in Lawton, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Lawton Central Facility, Big Lawton. And
16 Dome.
16 Dome. In the Hollow. It's four domes. It's 15, 16, 17 and 18 dome. And a dome of about 80 to 100 people.
Yeah. Might be a little bit more. Maybe 100.
About 100. Mm. And I can remember like it was yesterday, man, because you moved right across from me, Fat Larry.
Larry Nunn.
We
had a hell of a crew though.
And I remember sitting back on my bed. I seen you come through the dome, and I'm looking at you like, this dude, man. I'm obsessed, Southeast dude.
Yeah,
so I'm obsessed with you.
Yeah. Because
we're in a dome with killers, dope fiends, drug dealers. I mean, whatever you can, you know what I'm saying?
Phantom.
Yeah,
Rapists.
They was in there, and at any given time, it could just like that, at a head figure, because it was false principles that we was, living by. But the dude came, he stayed in his own lane, safe, and this moving, and a couple of his homies come check on you. Who was your homies back then?
Ruben brought me in there.
But you had another homie. Name your homies, man.
Buddha. Jack. Buddha, Root. My other homie was over in 15 Dome. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Jack, too. Mike Robinson, Big Mike.
They used to come and check on you.
Yeah, ain't no question.
These dudes used to come. Used to come and check on you, and a lot of times you observe and examine who you affiliated with a lot of times. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And although these was your homies or whatever, you still managed in a. I think you probably was weighing about a ball 50 then.
No.
You was small, man.
I was probably like 138.
God.
I was like a welterweight.
That's under the welterweight.
I was like
147 is welterweight.
I was like a welterweight. I was like 138. I was like a lightweight.
You was 138. Walk through the dome.
But I was tough. I was a tough one.
Listen, I'm gonna get you that point. I'm gonna
130.
get you that. I'm gonna get you that. I'm trying to, and as you found your way and got into your groove inside the dome, then it was discovered that you was a baller.
Mm-hmm.
You was a ball player.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that. Where did that? And the reason why I want to talk about that, because at that particular time in Lawton, man, we had some collegiate, all-star, could have been NBA players.
Yeah, they did.
Out the gym.
They did.
And I'm talking about like like in a gym, it be standing room only. On a blacktop in the summertime, man, be careful because it's gonna go down.
Yeah, it's a lot of people out there.
And man, he done put on some shows by himself, point guard, the 1, 2, and the 3. I'm talking about, man. I'm talking about. So of course,
I was young then. That was when
ball players was respected. Ball players was respected on a level of knife pushers for real, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. You get the same respect if you a baller.
And mind your business.
You got to mind your business.
That's number one. There's some stuff to go with it.
Yeah, there's some stuff to go with it. You got to handle
you ain't just hit no
dude
three.
gonna put you with the elbow.
Yeah, they don't just hit no three.
Dude hit you with the elbow.
Yeah, ain't no question, because I was light, so I always caught the elbow.
But I seen you throw one back.
That's why I don't understand. I don't understand.
The dude was about 190.
Mm-hmm.
Hit you, did boom.
I had a couple dudes bow me.
Yeah, man, you took it.
That's part of
That's
part of what happened.
So let's go. Let's talk about what was your mindset coming in Lawton in 1992 in a dorm of 80 to 100 people. You don't know. You seeing dudes nodding, dudes on moves doing. And then you got a perception of me that you said, that you seen. And how's all this, resting?
No, to be honest though, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing about it, 1992, I was 24 years old, and the only thing that really helped me is because I was still a youth for 24. Mm-hmm. That's why when I moved in the dorm where y'all was at, y'all all were younger than me.
Right.
But because of my persona and how I am, it was like nobody was age checking. Mm-hmm. The only way we age check if a motherfucker act too young. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't do no, how old you short? Mm-hmm. That don't happen. We go by how you conduct yourself. Mm-hmm. So once we started messing, I was like, when I came, I said, damn, we're going to Hollow. Because I wanted to go to, I was small walk. I wanted to go in 10 Dawn with Ruben, my man. So, but once I got there, like, man, this ain't where you want to go and all that. Mm-hmm. You go where they send you. You know what I'm saying? So I went and talked to him. He said, where you going? I said, I'm going 16 Dawn. He said, nah, Slim, you got some good dudes in there. And the first name he called was yours. He said, I said, well, who up in the joint? He said, man, dude, Marco. He said, they Southeast jokers, though. That's what he had to let me know. He said, they from, I said, where they from? He said, they from Southeast, but they good dudes. He said, I said, okay, all right.
We had a good crew.
Yeah, we had a good crew. You had Lance Haywood Bay. We had Rodney Red and Wayne Green, Ernie Ray. Yeah. We even had Head from over Edgewood. Maybe he came late. We had Bob from over 21st. We had Wayne Green. We even had the boy Reggie that played football all the way at the front. Right on that side. And the back side, you had Reds. Teeny Weeny was on the back side. Robert Corn. You know what I'm saying? And then you had a couple of quiet industry workers. Jimmy Parker and Melvin Brooks was down the far end, So
then you had some quiet killers that didn't never say anything.
Yeah, we had some guys.
You never heard a peek out of.
No, it was. That's why I learned. That's why
the dudes that was dangerous.
Yeah,
you never.
That's why I first
stayed in their lane.
Yeah.
and they kept their knife sharp.
And they mind their business. See, it's amazing how that you can, by the decisions you make in your life, man, you can sometimes put yourself in a predicament, man, where you really in over your head. You know what I'm saying? And I was a young guy. I wasn't raised to do what I did,
Right.
but in the midst of falling in love with what I was doing, because I was good at it. I can sell. It's not about selling crack or selling coke. It's about sales. Like old man Dingo, greatest salesman in the world. It's about being able to sell whatever product, if it's IBM, Apple, or Google. If you got good product and you do good business, you can sell.
Absolutely.
So I fell in love with the salesmanship of the street and, people's person and all. I love people. I would never make it without taking nobody with me. I mean, I could never be living, not me. I ain't the type, you probably already know, I could never, ever be so far ahead where I look back and I'm calling you, how you doing? And you ain't nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? I can't help you cushion or make up the difference between where I'm at, because that's, and I think you would do the same because you were the one that taught me how to cut hair.
Get to that.
Okay, all right.
Get to that.
I just want to let you know.
So. Let's go back. I want to go back to a little bit of your basketball because you're trying to run through your basketball. Look, hey.
Oh, you think it's?
I'm saying that to say he being humble.
Well,
right?
Without
a doubt, it was some dudes that was on the hill that you had to be that dude. Then I had a homie that he used to take out back and take him to school every day. Then Bob, he took a youngin that couldn't play no basketball. This one I knew he was like that. He took a dude. How tall was Bob?
Bob was probably maybe about 72 inches, about 6 feet. But his arm,
real long.
His arm span was like
left-handed.
He's left-handed. He was like one of them dudes.
It could not
his
play.
Hands touched the ground like
It
LeBron.
Could not play a lick of ball.
Yeah.
Couldn't bounce the ball. Used to travel double. Man.
But Bob had something that a lot of people didn't have. Bob had heart. See, inside the greatest athletes, they got a heart to tick like nobody. He had it, right? But his skill set was just he was sloppy. He didn't have anything.
And you took him and put him underneath your wing.
Yeah, because
I remember that. And probably 3-4 months.
Shit, I couldn't even check that motherfucker.
3-4 months.
I swear to God.
Every day. Because
God,
Bob was coming to his bed, hitting him on the bed.
Yeah.
So after the count, I'll bet.
Yeah, we got this is like 12. It's like 12 o'clock at night, Slim. 12 o'clock at night.
All summer long.
Yeah, we out there from 12 to 2:30 at night. It's a quarter
the hill is open.
It's open.
You know what I'm saying? It's open.
You can leave out the dome and go out the back of the yard. Me and him.
Yeah.
We out there. Nice is perfect. And summer night, perfect night to wreck one-on-one.
I seen you give. I'm talking about
it's a few that couldn't. It's a few that didn't do what Bob did. It's a few. Anyway, I kept him up underneath my wing.
Yeah.
That kept him up. But Bob was the advantage that Bob had over everybody. That Bob, and this helped him later on in life. Bob was real receptive to guys that were older than him, but you wasn't going to take advantage of him.
Right.
See, that's one thing about Bob.
Because he had to stand 10 toes.
Yeah. He was the baby of the bunch.
Yeah.
He was the youngest out of all of us.
He was tested.
Yeah.
And he still,
He was the youngest. Slim. He wasn't no more than about 19.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But he was a big young. You already seen him. Bob and me and him got close over the years too. We got a long relationship too. He ended up evolving, going through being one of the head organs in the Nation of Islam. I'm talking about evolved all the way to some way out stuff. And he living now. I talked to him here and there. But Bob had that. He had something different, man. Bob was so. Once I took Bob out there for 2.5 months, 3 months, Jay.
I remember.
Every night, 12 to 2. 3 months, I couldn't do nothing with him.
And nobody in the gym.
I couldn't do.
He was on varsity. He was on junior varsity. He's on JV.
Yeah, I was on
Bob went to varsity.
Bob went to straight to off the bill. He went straight to varsity, right? Because I told you he was a youngin' and he was growing, right? And then the coach, favored him, which helped too because he seen it too. And this guy wasn't even considered he's one of the lowest IQ guys on the compound without calling no name. But he seen that. He said, this motherfucker, he gonna be a bad motherfucker. and he played him because he got favoritism. But Slim, when he got a chance to play, he performed.
Did he?
He performed.
Did
This
he?
guy,
Did
Robert
he?
Harris, is who we talking
That's
about, young
right.
guy. His game was odd because one of the hardest people to stop is left-handed. People that's left-handed, right?
Smooth though. He had a smooth game. It was effortless.
Yeah, his game.
It wasn't like you know how some ballers be trying to go.
His game. Let me find somebody with a left hand that probably could go. You know who his game was similar to? But he had more athleticism, and he can get a buck. His game was similar to. You ever seen Derek Coleman? His game was similar to Derek Coleman, and he played for the Sixers too. Derek Coleman was one of the few motherfuckers used to get in their business. Used to him and if anybody know anything about basketball, he never stand the boy that played for Utah. He couldn't stand Karl Malone. He called him a honky tonk or something. He said because he played with 4 white boys. Man, Dirk, listen, anybody know anything about basketball? Let me call Bill. Let's
get back to it. Let's get back to it.
Go ahead. Take
on track. I'm interviewing you. You not interviewing me. Come on, man. Take that hat off. Any people want to hear about your story, man.
2 drinks in, Slim. Stay.
Hey, man. So look.
Okay, go ahead.
I really wanted to touch that because I seen how your heart. You know what I'm saying? Your heart. You was the same guy 30 years ago that you are today. When it comes to your morals, principles, your values, the way you conduct yourself, respect everybody, no matter what. And that's how we bonded. It made no difference. I'm from Southeast, from Northeast. It was an automatic bond. And I remember you went home, you said, man, put me on the list. And probably like 6 months, came down that jump, looking like Baby Rayford. Mm-hmm. Had the link jump on the inside. John, you was heavy.
I was getting it. Then.
And
my money was so Lord.
So
that's not a good thing to talk about.
I wanna go there because I wanna connect when you went home, and I want for all your Riggs Park family, tell us about Riggs Park. I'm a Southeast dude. A lot of people don't really know about Riggs Park. How was you born and raised in Riggs Park? And definitely got to give high honor to moms. Mm-hmm. No question. To give the highest honor to your mother because what she poured into you and family, and as
I appreciate that.
Tree, definitely give honor to sis.
Mm-hmm. Moms to the second pile.
Yeah, man. And
oh Lord, look at Father's kidding. Father, don't you be making me blush up here, girl. You always saying all that nice stuff.
Yeah, you're a good dude.
Yeah. Great
dude. I would say great dude. Right. And your family, you're a family man. Man, you're a man. And I'm talking about look out for people, man. That's your heart. You always been. So tell us a little bit about the culture of Riggs Park, how you was raised, how your mother was, intricate part, and your sisters, how they used to beat you up. Mm-hmm. And talk about all the things that your first loss, when you fought, fight or whatever, and when you start getting interested into that game.
That's a lot. Well, first I'm gonna start with mom.
Culture, yeah.
I'll start with moms first. Okay. Mom's more important than all
Absolutely.
of it. Moms was a single moms. My father died when he was 3. My mom's was the type of woman that wasn't, as we say, the traditional or modern mom that we have now, who hovers over her boy, right? What she does is shows her love through her actions. Your drawers are white, your food is hot, your bed is warm, your clothes are clean, you had all your appointments. She taught me how to be on time, be a spiritual man. She took me to church every week. So I was raised as a good guy. My mother did everything. She did everything. She did that phenomenal. And then I had two older sisters. I'm the youngest of three. I had two older sisters, man. Both of my sisters. Now, the hardest thing for me in my life, which made me resort to the street, was to have two sisters who were so successful in the U.S. government with jobs off the breakaway based on the GPAs and they have in the government. They used to have what they call half-a-day schedules. And the people who went to school in the 70s back then was able to get a government job and stay in the government after they graduated from high school. They could stay on their job and retire from their job. My sister did 41 years at the Department of Energy, right? When you do 41 years, you receive 80% of your salary. Now, if you do less than 41, you don't get 80. It's somewhere between 60 and 65, but that's my older sister. My older sister was somebody who did everything the right way. She did everything the right way. And you can tell when you're doing something wrong because it's the opposite of what she's doing. So it immediately the guilt.
Set the standard.
Yeah, you immediately know, we'll try to, I ain't really see that shit, but you already notice what you're doing is wrong because you see the way she did everything right. You did everything right. Job, she worked for one job from 1973. She retired in 2014. So she did 41 years, right? I'm talking about somebody that raised two kids, and both her kids got college degrees. They both got their own homes. They both got spouses. They both taking care of their kids. And my sister never asked for child support. She would never put the daddy on the system because they had a great dad, right? So I had a vision of what it looked like it could be done, right? I had a vision. And my sister over top of me, we got our dad in us. We slicker pools. Yeah, we're going to make that IN number do something. We're going to do something, you know what I'm saying? Now, my other sister, which is over top of me, which is Kim, which is the smartest person in our family. My oldest sister is the wisest person. She was the one that was able to, up until 67 years of her life, just passing May the 25th, 67 years of her life, she was able to do everything the right way to where when she passed, it was no sweat. All the T's was crossed, all the I's were there. Ain't no go. Everything was in place. She was ready to go, right? Everything sorted out, property still, ain't nobody fighting over no property. DC, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. See, you got to have your affairs in order because we never know when we might go. But if you ain't got your affairs in order, when you got property over here, your daughter arguing with your wife and all that, no, she ain't have to worry about that. She got two kids, man. My oldest niece, Tamika Floyd, took care of business with her brother Sean. Me and my sister didn't lift a pinky. Me and my sister rode a Mercedes Benz. What they call that? Like the rappers be doing. Yeah, we rode a Mercedes Benz Spinners. All we had to do, they just said, my nephew and niece said, just put on something, a salmon color. Yeah, okay, I can do that. Right? I ain't got to, everything's all in order. Just as people always talk about how they ready to live, you got to be ready to die too. It costs to die. Unless you want to be somebody else's burden. Right. That ain't what I'm trying to do. That's not what a man does. No. A man don't die with a whole bunch of people talking about they got to put up in there. No, don't get me wrong. It's been instances with some good guys, some things happen. They help too many people, they invest in bad people. Yeah, whatever the case may be, they gonna get gotten. But that's not how I'm trying to. Not the legacy I'm trying to leave. You know what I mean?
So I say that to say that I always seen that structure. We talked about it. I said, man, what mom's left in you and your sisters, man, was powerful. Because the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And your conduct, your character, the way you and I used to go over there all the time, all at it,
Yeah, man, listen.
All the time, man. She used to help me out. I was at the beginning trying to, and she used to, I ain't even gonna lie. She has so much intelligence. She's overwhelming.
That's my sister.
She's overwhelming.
She a computer.
I'm talking about like.
She made me don't want to be dumb. My sister over top of me is so intelligent.
Right.
And I ain't just saying it because of my sister. I'm saying it because I'm proud to have her as my sister.
Right.
My sister is, man, look, I've been blessed to have two, even though my older sister gone, my sister over top of me is so smart. I'm talking about Slim. When we used to go out of town, when my sister come, the old people bring the paperwork to her because they want her to look over the paperwork.
Make sure you say her name so she can get a shout out.
Kim McCrae.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Kim.
They bring the paperwork, whether it's, because, you know, a lot of times, if a lot of people know anything about estates and property and acres and stuff like that, because, you know, a lot of our peoples go back to North Carolina and South Carolina. Now, a lot of people don't even know. You might have acres and might not even know because they steal. Because acres are worth money. You know what I'm saying? People will forge stuff and everything. But to move on to what you're talking about, being up underneath her and then being up underneath my other sister is another thing. And then being at Riggs Park, getting to Riggs Park, because Riggs Park, to me, is the best neighborhood in Washington, D.C.
Ho.
Yeah.
You want to explain that. Explain that for all your viewers.
Yeah.
Everybody, come on, man. You just stepped all the way out there. It got to be, that ain't, Riggs Park is not the best kept secret or.
Now, let me say this.
Why would you, I mean, like, you got to explain that.
Okay.
Why? Because it's residential, it's not the hood.
No.
It's not the hood.
No, it's
So,
not.
So now you just, you know.
This Riggs Park has nothing to do with the people who are in there. Because other areas have everything to do with the people who reside. And like I tell people all the time, people say, well, I live on Southeast, I live in Potomac Gardens. And people say, I live in the projects. Home, you don't live in the projects. You are the project. Man, you don't live in the projects. People, it's crazy. You are the project.
So what's different from Riggs Park?
Riggs Park was built by Abe Poland. You know who Abe Poland is?
The owner of the skin?
Abe Poland used to be
the original owner of Bullets?
The Bullets owner. Abe Poland built Riggs Park for a community. It's three parts. We got a community, we got a neighborhood, and then we got a hood. You talking about the breakdown from the community. The community is like when somebody's grandmother could tell you, Marco, you better not go over there. Take your tail in the house. And your mom ain't gonna say, who are you talking to? We don't be talking to my son like that. Because she knows that Miss Jane across the street really care about you. That's what a community is. What's been happening now, we've been broken down to a hood. Man, don't say nothing to my, wish you would say something to my son. Don't say nothing to my son. We cut our own hand off. You know what I'm saying? Riggs Park was a great, and still is a great neighborhood. But when I came up in Riggs Park wasn't drug infested. Riggs Park was a very nice community. It was full of athletes and full of Lamar Riggs. Well, we had Lamar Riggs football, and we had so many programs and all that. And we had a small rec center, right? But we had more people that looked like us in the community. Everybody there was the fruit of the neighborhood. That's when you got somebody you know that been there for 20 years. His grandma been there 30-some years. My people bought the house, because the average person in Riggs bought the house in the 60s. Right? You got to look at how long people.
How long y'all was running there?
Since the 60s. We was one of the first people on the block. And still there. One of the first people on the block. 623. We got that. Yeah, we ain't gone nowhere. McCrae's ain't gone nowhere. We got that. Yeah, we ain't sold our shit. And look, it ain't about me. I'm proud of my nieces and nephews. That's what legacy. It's what their mama taught them. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about me. I'm good. I got my own house. Yeah, I'm gonna get me another one. Ain't worry about that's their job. I worry about my people's legacy. Man, look, man. Hey, man, my mother, man, worked hard to get that house. We ain't just giving it up like that. You got to put people in a place where, man, look here. Man, them people, man, look, my sister was alive, man. Them people was offering $900,000 for them houses. I told my sister, look, you know me. I started thinking, man, we could do something now. I started thinking we could do something now. Man, that's a lot of drugs. You know what I'm saying? See, man, that's what the devil said. That's what the devil started. And my sister, listen, my older sister's so straight. See, that's why I say you got to be straight so you don't go for the temptations.
Right.
Because if you straight, it can't get you with the little dangle over there.
Right.
Man, but I'm going to tell you something. $900,000 is a lot of fucking money. You got to be in a great position to say no. That's a big deal. People talk, man, he probably in these Slim. It's a lot of money, man. That's how they done already figured. Look, these real estate companies and these big corporations, they done already figured out. That's what all this census and all that's about. How many people in the house and all? Okay, you got 5 people in there. Okay, 2 dead. They're going to break it up amongst 3 now. So let's get a number that 3 could really be go on and have another life. Because you figure a dude say, man, if I get 200,000, then I can start over. You know what I'm saying? Even some people, some people have been tricked to think if they get 80,000, that they go.
It ain't no money. Because they ain't never had no money. See, if you ain't never had nothing, and then, anything or something look better than what you had. But let's speed ahead just a little bit. And I'm honored to be able to sit here and listen to your story about moms and your sisters. And I know that's a whole book, right? And that's
where you want to go? Where you want?
The culture, man. The Ridge Park culture.
Ridge Park.
When did you start getting curious in game and what schools you went to? Name the schools. You gotta name the schools.
Okay. I went to Bacchus, went to Justice LaSalle Elementary now, which is I think is they 2 and 1 now. Because when I went to school, I think Jermaine too, when it was 1 through 6, and then 7 through 9, and then 10 through 12. I think they started integrating 10 and 9, maybe in the 8th. Right? I graduated from school in 1982.
From what school?
I graduated from Calvin Coolidge. I didn't graduate.
Did you go to Tech?
I graduated. I received my diploma in summer school from McKinley Tech because I was a half a credit short. Back then, you only needed 17 and a half credits to walk across the stage. I got 17. I failed typing. It was personal. Don't ask me. I got fast all my major subjects, but it wasn't about your major subject. It was about the credits. Right? Because I bull jived in the 10th grade because the 10th grade is before Mr. Campbell came to Calvin Coolidge. So it was wide open. A lot of people don't understand that Coolidge used to be a joint where you could just do anything before we got Mr. Campbell, who came from Randall in the Southwest, who turned the school around, who was like, he stole a play out of, what's the boy name? Lean on Me. That's what he was. He had bullhorns, Mr. Moore. He painted the school, had the school painted. He got a store in the school. Everybody, it gave us self-pride, right? We immediately plugged in. But Bacchus Junior High is probably where I started drifting off. That's why I started gambling, started stealing, right? Because people don't just go from one place to selling crack. You got to understand where you first start being mischievous at, right? That's when you first start being able to take some chances that you know is against the law. Even if you go in the store and steal a big giant Nestle's bar, you know you can go to jail for that, right?
Who was the influences that was around you, that dudes that was in the neighborhood?
You understand our idols. Some that's 2 dudes. Because you just can't sum it up in one, because one might have, we good.
No, this screen right here is.
Yeah, that's cool. That's where we at. One might have influenced you in one area, and then one influenced you in another, right? Because you might have had you know, you might have had to realize it might have been to show you the first dude to show you how to stack your hundreds. You know, little stuff like that. See, when you're green, you're green. You don't even know how to put your hundreds in stacks, right? So you could be easy to count, right? You don't know nothing about getting all your bills facing one way. These are the things that you don't know when you're young because you ain't getting no money. All you're trying to do is put it in your pocket. When you start getting money with dudes that really get money, they show you how you have all the bills the same, faced the same way. That's how you count quicker. You need to get all the wrinkles out the bills, right?
You earn your money?
No, not earn them. I take time out. I know how to get them out with my fingernails. See, this sound crazy, but this. See, this sound crazy. But I'm trying to tell you, these are things that we used to do, right?
Tell them about the time the house was on fire.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Tell them the time. Okay. Speed up. We gonna
speed. Okay, this. Okay. This.
You know I know your story.
Okay, you know my story, so we can get up to 97, 98. I'm doing pretty good. I may got 40 or 50,000. You know, I just came home 96. You know, I ain't. With the first year I come home from Lawton in 1996 October. I stay in the halfway house from October to. They made me do 6 months.
What halfway house was it?
Hope Village. Shout out to Breakfast B that gave me a free pass to walk through. Because he was heavy over there. There, you're home.
Langston
Lane. Breakfast B. Shout out to Breakfast B because Breakfast B stopped the crap game with it. They had about 100 people in it. Say, hold up, Slim. And say, hold up. Man, look. Everybody say, I ain't Slim. No, everybody look. Man, he coming through every day. He in the halfway out. Don't let nothing happen. You know, Breakfast B. At that time, 96, 97, he was heavy. So, okay, I said, cool. You know, he was young. You. Right?
But now he different.
Yeah,
thing.
we ain't even talking about now. We talking about then. Because
So
you know,
we
some
ain't giving no honor that ain't right now.
No, whatever is. Yeah, if shit flipped over to the other side of the hamburger, that's what it is.
Yeah, so
but I'm just talking about at that time, because I was a foreigner on that land, on that soil. I'm from the other side. And man, in 1996, Langston Lane was heavy. They was getting money. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of traffic in and out. Boom, boom, boom. They even had guys, they had warrants on them, but they would try to come bust up in the house 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So make a long story short, not to, to honor him, just to give honor for that incident. Okay, you did that. So 1996, when I come over 97, what happened was I seen that it was still some paper.
That's when you left me.
Yeah. I left you in like 94. Stayed there in 95 and left. I ended up going home 96. Didn't get all the way out to where I could move around to 1997 because they made, I had a strict.
You had a job.
Yeah, I worked in the computer company. I had a real strict. I remember. I had one of the strictest parole releases out, and I went through in flying colors. I had to go to meetings. I had to go this. They tried to break me. I went through it flying colors. I wasn't on nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my A game. My people's, you need money to get? So everything was straight. I didn't have no problems making meetings. I was early to meetings and all that. So when the time came for the expedition of everything that they placed in, they let me go. Right? So 97, I didn't do anything. 98, I didn't do anything. The mid 98, it was a drought. And a guy that me and you know that was heavy was willing to assist.
He threw alley-oop.
He threw alley-oop, right? He knew that he came and seen.
He knew you can ball.
He came around the way, Jay. I was around the way. He said, man, them youngers love you. He said, man, them youngers love you. I said, man, these guys, I grew up with their fathers. I grew up underneath their fathers because our neighborhood that's what we was, community based. Look, the engineer, his mama, his grandma, we know everybody. You can tell everybody know everybody. That's how you old man, we know your mama. You know your grandma and all that. Your grandma done watched 10, 20 kids. I'm sorry. Your grandma done raised 200 kids.
Yeah. Community. That's right.
You can't raise 10 kids. You only can raise 200 because once people know they can send their child to your house and don't have to worry about it being fondled, touched, tampered with, misinformed,
and fed
and
disciplined
and disciplined
But it was
and
love.
loved
Yeah, it was love. Yeah.
and loved. This is a balance. Love balance all that other shit out. So, that's how our neighborhood was. But 98 and 98, I was doing, listen, man, I was doing real good in 1998, Kevin. I was making $8 an hour. I didn't have any experience. I was learning how to be an IT tech, but it wasn't considered an IT tech then. It was about telecommunications. That's how it's evolved. Now it's ITs.
You was running cable.
What we was doing was Cat 5, fiber optic. I do all that. I could build a closet. I can go upstairs and go right to where your phone's at. Give me the floor plan. I can rebuild the whole closet. I'm certified. Because you got to go to classes.
I remember that.
I went to all them classes and all that.
Man, I was proud of you
But
because I was like, hey, if you go out there and get a job and work, because that's all I ever did was hustle. And so I'm like, dang, it's a chance. I got a chance because man went out there and got a job. Until he came down low.
No, but I came to see you. When I came to see you, I was in left field, man. I mean, man, I was so deep into what I was doing. Man, I was so deep into what I was doing. I was working for Verizon. I resigned from Verizon because it was holding me up. It was holding me up. Listen, a job in the streets didn't mix. Because at that time, man, they was dumping work on, right? Because people knew, they knew I can get it done. And, the main thing in the streets, which has changed, I don't know why it's changed from the rules. The main thing in the streets is about getting that paper passed on to the next man so you can keep it coming. See, then they got on some other stuff now with these guns and shoot this person and all.
Because the loyalty, the loyalty was
business. It's a business.
It's always about loyalty.
It's a business.
Ain't no loyalty no more.
No.
Yeah, good men.
Slim, it's business. It's business.
Yeah.
Listen, anybody, and see, people to think it's about, he ain't never had, but this and that. Slim, it don't make no difference if you had 20 keys, you had 1 ounce. It's all about how you was conducting your business. It ain't no big eyes and little you. Dudes be tripping. Man, look, man, I done rolled with the best stuff. I done rolled around in my car with 2 joints on me. So paranoid that I never got out the car till they was done. Scale, 2 joints. Man, I'm not getting out the car. See, that's how sweet Riggs was. Riggs.
You stayed in the car all day.
Yeah, listen.
Oh, how about the time
we were Amazon before Amazon. We were Amazon. Listen, what Amazon is doing is what the drug game evolved to. Because see, a lot of people got it easy now. They ride around hit you. But before all that, it was the trenches. You got to get out there with 50 people and do what you do. We need to see if you solid, home. You know what I'm saying? We want to see how you treat people. You know what I'm saying? The game evolved now. All Amazon is doing what we were doing. Delivering. Call us. We've been Uber. Man, Uber late. They ain't nothing new. Man, we've been Uber. Man, I've been serving. Man, I've been dropping. Man, that Jones ain't got nothing on me. I'm mad. They might owe me a few dollars, man. You know what I'm saying? With that bullshit. Because I've been dropping off at dude's door forever. Man, listen. This is some stuff. And that's what I'm saying, that from a business aspect, just doing something without no direction, you end up getting a short end of the stick where somebody else can come and steal your eye. Man, it's been happening in entertainment. Jodeci was like that. They bullshit around and Cisco started flying on buildings and shit. Cisco died. He said, they bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start jumping off buildings. And they took it to what they want. You know what I'm saying? Evolution going to change, man. Sometimes people can have a prize in their hand because they not for real with it. They're more in vain with the fact that they got it, opposed to actually really being about that.
Yeah.
They lose it.
Somebody get it.
Man, I could have been folded these podcasts. Man, this shit funded by me. Ain't nobody kicking me shit. But I believe in myself. I ain't got no problem investing in me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If I don't get the greatest guests and all that, so be it. But can't nobody kick me off my shit.
Right.
I bet you that. You can't kick me off my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, people say, man, yeah, it's best to own 10% of everything than own 100% of nothing. I beg you different, home. Because you got to be careful when you start just looking at the numbers for what you're doing. If you ain't really,
You'll sell your soul.
Yeah, you'll sell your soul.
You'll sell your soul. And that's one thing about you. You've always been 10 toes.
I'm raised to that. I'm raised like that.
You've always been 10 toes.
I'm raised like that, man. Look, man.
You always stood on man principles, man. And that's something that I've always honored about you. And that's how we, honored. That's how I bond. Man, strong.
You
principles, man.
Principles. I know you. Listen, I can't. I know you wanted to interview me, and you're doing a great job, Slim, because you got me, sharing some stuff about myself that really ain't everybody's business. But it's cool because I know you coming in love. But I'm gonna tell you something, Slim. You have been so instrumental in where I'm at. Because one thing about me and you, we don't have to tell everybody what the hell we know about each other. This shit in concrete. You know what I'm saying? I know your story, you know mine. You see me walk back in the dorm with a motherfucker sold up jaw, 120 something pounds and shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, let me tell you something, man. We've been through what we've been through. A lot of people can't make it, man. That's why we don't want that for them. Right? That's why you've been helping kids. You've been helping guys cut hair. You've had 2 or 3 schools. You got schools all over DC public school. Man, listen, I came home in 2011 and I started cutting hair. And because I was the new kid on the block, I didn't believe in myself. Because I never done it. I've done a lot of things, but when it comes to actually doing the right thing, I never done the right thing. Before you told me, I said, man, look, Slim, I might have to get a job at Walmart or something. You said, no, just hold still, Slim. You said, Slim, just be patient. I seen what you working with. I know that. Just give it some time. I said, man, this motherfucker tripping.
I seen it in your face. Because you like to get it. You like to get it. And the first year or 2,
I had to wait.
I come to the shop, come up Masons. They be in that joint probably 1 head, sometimes 2 heads a day. And I never knew that you was really paying attention when I was in the dorm cutting hair. I never knew that you was, you know what I'm saying?
You taught me blade theory.
Yeah. But I ain't never think you was gonna pick up stuff because I knew that,
Yeah, you was in everything too. But, you was in everything.
So when you went back in, all right, let's get back. Let's pick up on that story. So
you talk about 2002 now. I'm back in, called December. Matter of fact, anniversary coming up. Matter of fact, what's this, December the 1st? Tomorrow I'll be 11 years I've been home. So
congratulations.
I came home, yeah. 11 years, tomorrow December the 2nd. I come home December the 2nd. Boom. 2002 is when I went back. I didn't have no inclination that I was going to cut hair. But I did remember blade theory. I remember what you taught me. I can remember, everybody said I got a photograph. Remember, you said OA, triple O, 1, 1A, 1.5. So I knew that, right? So one day I was in the feds in Petersburg, Virginia, and Petersburg had an open barbershop, real barbershop. I'm in Petersburg, Virginia, and I'm a likable guy. I could strike up a conversation in a barbershop. I'm gonna get there. And the barbers used to have to come there right after they eat. They open the cage one time. Everybody get their clippers and get the chips, wherever your clippers are. You get a razor, chip. You get an outliner, chip. And it's going to be 3. You 3, you 4, you 2, I'm 1. I didn't have a job. I went there talking strap, getting a haircut and all that. And I told the dude from North Carolina, Charlotte, which was that guy named Sky, I said, man, I can cut hair. He said, you can cut skinny? I said, yeah, I know how to cut. He said, go ahead, grab the clippers out of there. Right? So now I'm like, listen, I'm like, I can't really cut. I just, you know how a lot of people say, man, I cut all the time. Yeah, can you make 100,000? Yeah, cut. Can you make $1 million in 10 years? See, that's what's out there. $1 million in 10 years.
Barber trapping.
Cutting hair.
Yeah, barber trapping.
It's out there.
I say a barber trapper get way more money than a youngin' on the street trapper.
I got a guy.
Hand in hand with a barber trapper. Man, this dude's getting 150 a cut now.
Slim, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yo. Okay. Let's go.
I couldn't cut. I couldn't cut. See, but I jumped out there.
Yeah.
So I couldn't let them know that I couldn't cut. Go through the motion. I started grabbing blades and stuff that I remember that he taught me. Because, you know, you get the blades, you get a tray of blades. You get the 76ers. 76ers are old now. They don't really use them now. They're using all kinds of stuff to score us. But look, 76ers. You get one pair out, like put the chips on it. I had a guy. So I said, what you want? Now I'm stalling because I'm really nervous, right? I don't really know, but I'm looking. I got everything lined up. I got everything set up and everything. And I don't really know. And he said, man, give me a 1.5 with the grain. So I'm looking at the texture of hair you have, knowing that certain people's hair, if you use the steel blade on them with the 1.5, it's going to cut it a little lower. Yeah. He had a grain like yours, man, which you really need plastic guards, detachables for you. That'll save you from going down in your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So long story short, I get the cutting. That's all I had. I got the cutting. He said, man, let's go worry about trip. He knew I was new. Don't worry about, man. Don't worry. I just want a regular, man. I just got out here. Woo. Long story short, I fucked his head up.
Oh, God damn.
So he said, turn me around. So, you know, people know when you lost because you stay in one area too long. So I was on the back of his neck for like 20 minutes on the back there. He said, home, turn me around. He's from Detroit. He said, turn me around. I said, I got to get this little line out. He said, man, you've been on my neck for 20 minutes, man. My neck hot as a motherfucker, man. Turn me around. So when I turned him around, I done took him up too far to the cranium, right? That's where you have like the knot in the back end. But I don't know how to get that line out, right? Which is something real simple, right? Something real simple once you understand what you're doing. But these are the things you have to learn when you're bobbing.
How did that go? How did that experience go?
Well, the experience went, I gave him a decent shaper, which he was able to muscle and grit out the door. He's like, yeah, don't worry about Slim. But looking at me like, man, fuck my head up like a motherfucker. So he left out. He was from Detroit. I left out. I felt bad. I said, man, why did I know how to get that line out? I kept questioning, what was it to get that line out? You know, I couldn't sleep. I just, you know, it's like playing a game back in my mind after I lose. That's what I used to do too after I lose in basketball. I could play the whole game, but that's why I know how LeBron could play. I said, damn, I should have passed him. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was. What did I do wrong to get that line out? I got it. I said, I got to get the line out with the same thing I put it in. Right? Now, unsure because I've never done it before. Still unsure. You ain't sure until you do it. You can say one thing, but it ain't like when you're doing it. So, long story short, that's not really the problem. He done went and got 4 or 5 of his homies. And he done told Derry go right there. So I'm coming down the gym thinking it's over. He's like, nah, it ain't no big thing, skinny on here. I said, Slim, my bad, man. He said, ain't no big thing, skinny. He left. Man, this nigga, man, from why she fucked my head up. Right, man. They said, like, where you at, Slim? Yeah. And I'm coming around happy-go-lucky with the basketball. I got to turn my ID and I got a basketball. There you go right there, Slim. So they pull up on me. Right? It's like, Sam, man, what the fuck wrong with you, Slim? You fuck my homie head up, you know what I mean? I said, homie, you told me it was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm by myself. I said, homie, you told me it was cool. He Said, yeah, I ain't see the back, man. Once I got the mirror, see the back, Slim. Way up here, man. Woo, woo. I said, hold on, man. You know what I mean? My bad. Now, by this time, homies ain't far. They look over there, basketball, man. Look over. I see him coming. So I turn this way so they can get a full view. I turn this way so they get a full, because homies, they violence antennas all the way up, Slim. They can read. Hold up, man. What's up with Jermaine over there, Slim? Yeah, they see 6-7 dudes. Man, hold up, Slim. Yeah, hold up, man. What's up with Jermaine? Man? So I turn to the right, let him get a pot. Yeah, this me. And then turn back like, help on the way now. I done got a little sassy. Man, what the fuck is you talking? I done pushed it a little bit because I see you say, man, they go skinny over there. Mm-hmm. So they come, what's up, home? And as soon as they see the homie, they 15 deep, 6 on, they already know. It's a done deal. Right? 15 on 6. It's like, what's up, Slim? You all right? I say, I don't, you all right? He said, yeah, man, we all right. I said, oh, okay, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying?
So after that experience, you got a little better.
Well, after that, I knew I was.
Because you was getting the Whacker Huts.
Yeah, Whacker Hut is where I became good. It's because Whacker Hut is where they had a large population in such a short period of time to actually be a barber. So you had it's a place where I was able to work on speed, right? To be honest, at some point in time, if you have a large client list, you have to have speed. You don't have to be fast. You just have to be accurate. You don't have to keep doing the same thing over and over. You cut a haircut, you got a diagram. If I cut Kevin hair, I'm cutting him. I don't have to cut him every week to know the pattern because he ain't went to nobody else. I know what to do to get to that, right. Like that. So you simplify the haircut based on trying to build a client base instead of a customer base. A customer base is what difference between a customer and a client? A customer is a guy that tried everything. A client is a guy who's looking for somebody who can service him over a long period of time.
Absolutely. So start right there. Let's go to when you came back in. Oh Lord, what was your mind state after getting a little running it up? Get in the bag.
That was 2002, December the 17th. I had a sports apparel store. 20 agents ran up in there and arrested me. I was under investigation, luckily, for less than a month, because the longer you are under investigation, the worse it is for you, because the grams gonna go up and up and up and up. And in federal court, the more grams you got on the board, the more time you're gonna have. As simple as that. Grams, time. Right? So luckily I was only on investigation for less than a month.
So that's when you had Slink. Yeah, Slink wear.
I had Slink wear. I had a very lucrative store where I was making about $4,000 a week in sports. I had everything. I had anything you could think. It was located on South Dakota and Riggs Road, which now is a new housing, which is right across from the Walmart. Okay. It used to be like a 10-store plaza. My buddy of mine had a cuisine, which is a close friend of his, called Palm Tree Cafe. We was black on. We had all black on business. We had Paula's Studio, right? We had a strip. It was like Black Wall Street. We had Genesis One, which was owned by Miss Melba Bay, which was an older lady, which gave me the opportunity to have my business in the back of her shop. Right? We had Charlie's Barbershop, which used to be the old Johnny's Barbershop on South Dakota Avenue, which that was a son and dad operation, which sold the business, which ended up being my homie Bernard with Charlie Woods. That's his real name, Charlie Woods, which is my big homie's little brother, Randy Cope. Right? That's what he was always. He's his own man, but his brother is the biggest of the personality of the Copes. Right? His brother, Randy Cope, because Randy Cope is one of our true soldiers that been in the battle for years. I always give him credit because Randy Cope stopped a guy from hitting me in the head with a hammer. Wow. So I always,
What you do, man? Oh, no, no. You do that? Have a dude want to hit you in your head?
no,
back then?
that was back then, before guns and drums and all that, they were hammers and bats. You know what I'm saying? See, these youngers, that's all they know about. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, Slim? Before drums and clips and all that, it was
switches.
it was hammer. Before switches and all that, it was bats and hammers, right? It was dudes was missing teeth and all that. You know what I'm saying? Right, crowbars and all that, chains and because actually it was that because even though we were at odds with the difference between now and then, we didn't want to kill one another.
True.
We wanted to fuck you up.
Yeah. Good rumbling.
But not kill you.
Right.
Because everything in DC back then was connected to every other thing.
True.
Right? Even though I'm beefing with the nephew, I'm cool with the uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm cool with the uncle, I mess with the auntie. Right? So it was never hate this person, hate that person. It was never that much hate in DC where everybody wanted to kill everybody. We wanted to fuck you up if you violated because that's the position you took in the street. That's street code. You violated, dude, he handled his business.
Absolutely. So Slinkware, got Slinkware pumping. How long did you have Slinkware?
Slinkware, because of my ignorance.
What does Slink stand for, matter of fact?
Slink stand for still living in spite of the nonsense killing. In 2002, murder rate was back up again, like it is now. And I thought to myself, man, I got to come up with something, man, that is relevant and could go on forever. And that's still relevant today.
Absolutely.
We are 20 years down the line. And what I made, established in 2002.
Say the acronym, slow down on the acronym again.
Slink means still living in spite of nonsense killing.
Okay.
Now, the original, I think I got maybe one design out. And when I was in the midst of me still being in the north, I had one design where it had still living in spite of ends killing.
Oh, okay.
But what happened is I got, say like my producer or my editor, Kevin, I respect him. And I'm always, if I'm working with Jay, if Jay tell me, how about the light? I'm always open. No. You know what I mean? You can't have the Marcus Garvey mindset where it's my way or the highway. You got to be open for other people. If Kevin was to say, Slim, how about if you get rid of it? Which is a bad spirit anyway.
Right.
How about if we get rid of that and just come up with another word for the I said, they said that might sell more. You open it up to more people instead of just having that nerve. Because I had one, which was a license plate. I had one design, which was a license plate. That's the first design I had, right? I think that was like 25,000 stitches. Because, back then you go to the, you get to get your design, you get somebody to make your design, you get your design digitized. That was $100 back then. Then you take your design, you get it digitized, then they give you a disc. They give you a disc, and then you always own your designs. So if I come to Jermaine and I want to get 50 shirts of this shirt, I just give him the disc and I tell him the color code. Right? I own the disc because I got it digitized. I took the design, I own it. If you make designs for me, I was very lucrative. I always want, this is something I'm big on. I always want to make sure my people get paid. I don't want you to ever do no business with me. And dudes be like, man, they know I'm good. No. Let's be great.
Right.
Hey, the way we stay heroes is to keep our balance on zeros. See, because everybody got something to do. I ain't never been an advocate of holding somebody else's money. It's not mine. I didn't pay this man to do this. What I'm holding it for. And see, the longer you hold it, the more you're going to come with excuses. Now, hold on, I'll get you tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, no, we ain't doing that. That man worked. He took care of that. Let's get him paid. And then he might circulate some money. Then he might circulate some money. Then he might circulate. Come after me. Universal law.
So that's the business concept that you incorporated. And developed.
Always been.
It took you a long way, and I see how you doing
Oh.
that with the barbering. So Slink, urban wear, jumping. How long was that jumping before?
7 months. I got
7 months.
a 7-month run. First 7-month run. First person I ever told I was going to get a clothes store was Michael Freeman, my homeboy. He's the first guy, young guy. Love him to death. He like a little brother, like a nephew, like an uncle, like a brother, like Shorty advanced. I call it Shorty. I'm bored with y'all. I said, Slim, I'm going to get a clothing line. He said, man, go ahead and stop playing. You know how I be doing. You know how I throw stuff out there. I said, I'm going to get a clothing line. He said, man, stop playing. I said, for real. He said, man, what, for real, you serious? I said, yeah. He said, what you going to call it? I said, I'm going to call it Slink. He said, what that mean? I said, you know what I mean? I'm going to try that. And her nephew was the one. You remember him too, Jay Briscoe, our young homie. Dave Briscoe. No, not Dave Briscoe. This rest in peace. Buddhist people Briscoe. The one that he do everything, cameraman and all that. That's our homie too. He's very talented. He used to do all my designs.
Okay, so you.
My thing was quality. You know,
It's good quality.
Well,
Lux T.
Well, this is something that a lot of people disagree with. This is something that a lot of people disagree with. I look at the most. I don't listen to people. I look at the most lucrative businesses in the world, and I see how they operate instead of listening to what people are saying. One of my key people or key organizations that I watched that's been so successful is Walmart. Walmart show you how you can give product, chip the number off, and have business 24/7, 365.
Walmart will cut that check for you too. You're gonna edit this and send this to Walmart. Yeah. Say what you said again.
Walmart is one of the organizations that I watched because I remember a lot of people don't know where the first Walmart ever was in the DMV. A lot of people don't know because they ain't been shopping with Walmart, right? The first Walmart was in Laurel, Maryland, in the DMV. You used to stay them 24 hours, right? And I was like, what? And just like Costco used to be Price Chopper. You remember that, Jay? Price Club. You remember Price Club? Okay. That used to be Costco. So I'm saying Walmart came from one they didn't sell out. See, because Price Club, selling to Costco. That's Costco now. You see what I'm saying? It's like Kmart got gobbled up. You know, Kmart was before Walmart, right? And they end up getting gobbled up, right? Because Walmart figured out that traffic daily is going to keep you as consistent. Not charge a skyrocket price for something you buy and then never come back. That's a customer. They want people to come every day. Some people can't do nothing. Just like some people can't do nothing unless they're going to the dollar store.
So they was coming through Slink wearing that, getting that. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying
you wasn't padding the books, man, with the money you was getting to make the numbers look good.
I'm gonna say
they was really getting this Slink with.
I'm gonna say this: if I could have got a couple years underneath my belt, I was only in business, and this is you can ask. I was only in business for 7 months. Ain't none of the stores can touch mine. None of them. I'm talking about you walk inside my joint. I got the office, it's plush. I sell everything. Belts, watches, hats, pocketbooks, my line, cosmetics, anything.
I already know anything.
Anything. See, I want to know. I
You
want
gotta go in the back of the office.
Man, listen, I sold anything because I'm a hustler. You know what I'm saying? You can't see. That's where a lot of this, like, that's why I say you got to get the concept from like Walmart. Man, Walmart sell grapes and this and ice cream and socks and shoes and bicycles and man, it's everybody. It's about options, right? It's about giving people diversity to choose. They don't want to just go on. I just go one here, one. I mean. Because actually, the proper way to shop where you can save money is to shop for your juices one place, to shop for your meats one place. Walmart figured that out. Everybody was going to 5 or 6 stores to do one thing. He said, we're going to give you everything all in one.
So that's how the clothing store was. Everything right there in that
Everything in
one-stop
one.
shop.
Everything in one. And help for the community. Guys that was come home from prison, they got bags. And they got money. And you can vouch for that. The guys that came past the store said, Skinny, they call me Slink. Slink, I just come on around the store. You get in the bag. I don't look at the numbers. You're getting $500-$600 worth of clothes, and you get $300-$400. Now that ain't.
That's what you do though.
Some people say, some people say, man, that ain't. But if I gotta do it for everybody, I gotta keep it balanced. I can't just do one thing, give it to $1,000, and I can't give you nothing because it's more than one person going to prison. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a question. When it all came to at that day, and I know hindsight is 2020. On that day, you was in the store.
I was.
Run us through that.
Okay. I was in the store. I had 2 different separate investigations. I had one guy who was on a guy that I was hitting because I was on the way out. I had a plan. I had an exit plan. I was 38 years old. Said next 24 months, everything is about Slink, right? Because the clothing was one thing. I had built the office where I was going to the rap. The rap label was coming next. Dirty on Records. Anybody could tell you. I was coming up. This is what I was coming out with. Dirty on. This is where I was going. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't staying there. I was going because rap was on the labels was big back then. We're talking 2002. Everybody, Death Row, Bad Boys, the Ink, and all that on that end. They were doing. I was like, man, get somebody here, man. I got everything here. I got the place. I could build a booth and all that. Right. What we doing now, thanks to my brother, I was trying to do then, but I was just a little ahead of myself, right? Because I had a few artists back then. Shannon, he was great. That's my cousin. He was on Mocha City Records, and because I was had in my mind, I had some stuff where I was gonna put some pieces together and see I had more power than because I had more capital, so I could move some mountains. Right? However you want to get it, I can get it to you. You know what I'm saying? So, capital is important, right? Now that's why I'm moving so slow now because everything I'm doing now, I'm doing it all based on what I got. You know what I mean? I ain't doing nothing illegal to get no extras and all that. You know what I'm saying? We can speed it up, but that's gonna put everything at risk, and that's not what I'm ready to do. I'm not that guy no more. So I have to do things the right way, which is gonna take a little bit more time. I ain't in no rush. I'm good. I'm free. I eat shrimp and grits, and I went from Superior Courts to District Courts to living on a golf course. You know what I'm saying? Which took me 22 years to get to where I'm at, and I'm still striving, right? But I ain't do it all alone. I got people pray for me to get to where I'm at today.
Absolutely.
There been people that prayed for me, man, when my prayers wasn't going nothing but to the ceiling because God knew I was lying. I'm just trying to beat that case.
Right.
God know who lying. You say, God, will you get me out of this? I ain't gonna never do this anymore. Man, stop faking. God, you can't fake him out. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on.
So that day,
December the 17th, 2002, they came in, 20 to 25 agents came in my store. I had 1 employee, 4 guys. I was shooting a commercial that day through what they had back then was DC Access Channel, or DC. It was like a law. It was like what we doing now, but it wasn't YouTube. Right. And I was shooting District Access Channel. I was shooting a commercial that day. I had The cameraman was there.
Mm-hmm.
The director was there. I'm gonna tell you how much it costs. It costs at that time. I'd already shot one commercial. I did one commercial for the store. It was $1,600 for 4 runs a day for a month. They had a platinum plan, a silver plan, and a gold plan. They give me the gold plan. Where you get 4 times a day. They run you in the morning, they run you at noon, they run you at 4, and they run you at 8. Quick commercial. But what you got? Rebel Rouse TV, blah, blah, blah. We over here 29, boom, boom, boom. They run it 4 times a day, DC access to. I had them coming in. This was the second video. I had a rapper, superstar that was out in Maryland. I was sponsoring him. He was there that day.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4. And I had 2 UPS guys. I had a U.S. Airborne guy that I used to swap yay for every day for everything on the U.S. Airborne truck. Those were deliveries that they off the books. There was places where back then where they delivered, where everything that they had left in the truck was off the books. So they can dismiss it. So if you hustling good, if you smart, you can come past my joint, man. If you got 4,000 worth, 4,000, I'm looking, I got to get in the back of the truck, bust everything open. If you got 3,500, I'll give you 9 grand. Okay, cool. 9 grand, $200. That's how it used to work back then. Well, I can get $4,500 worth of cashmere sweaters and everything that people order back then because they didn't have Amazon back then. The major delivery companies back then was U.S. Airborne, DHL, Federal Express, and UPS. There was no Amazon, right? There was no Amazon. So back then, U.S. Airborne, which was a great, I think Shannon worked for them, didn't he? Shannon worked for U.S., huh? No, I'm talking about before UPS. U.S. Airborne, they are like a small carrier service. They're up underneath, they might have folded by now. They're up underneath DHL. DHL is still around. They're still around. They deliver all town and all that. But what U.S. Airborne used to do, they was greedy. Try to deliver clothes and all that. What's happening is a lot of times people order stuff they never pay for. But it's off the books, you know, all that stuff is insured. You stop past my joint, man, I want everything in the back. Tally it, I got to get in the back, bust everything open. Clearance wrap. You see what I'm saying? So when I had 25 agents to come in there, kick the door in. I had 5, say like y'all in there. They come in, they got me, boom, boom, boom. I said, man, look, off the breakaway, anything you find in here is mine. These guys in here now have nothing to do with what I'm doing. They have not a clue of what I do. The officers, the narcotics officers, so you telling me anybody in this room can leave right now? I said, yeah, they can leave. Anything you find in here is mine. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 people was able, because they had one guy who used to work for me. I'm not gonna mention his name. He advised his brother just called me up there. One guy who used to work for me behind the register signed a receipt, which implicated him, and they had him in cuffs because he signed the receipt. You know, I said, "See, I had cash register, everything legit, cash register, receipts, everything." His name was on the one. Price Bay. Who's Price Bay? Man, put the cuffs on him. I said, man, he don't have nothing to do with me. He just works here. That's just a receipt for some clothes he sold. That's what I pay him. So you saying this guy? No, he don't have nothing to do with that. Everybody left out. They watched me on my knees. When they left out, they were like, damn, Slim. That's how they left out, like, damn, you cut us, you cut us. Because I'm going to say, man, you know how dudes do? There been dudes that sit over the jail, know the pistol theirs. They ain't taking the pistol. The pistol up on the man.
Dudes locked up with us.
Yeah.
Locked up, drag the whole.
Man, can't
drag about 4 or 5 dudes
man, can't no one pistol.
On a 20-year bit.
Man, ain't no one pistol gonna get 2 dudes. Just hold on, Slim.
Yeah.
What you talking about,
dragging dudes on them bits.
I never was into that. No. Let the dudes go. Dudes left. They never. So I knew something was funny because when you get.
So the news is always hit Lawton first.
Yeah.
They
we
get the north. Yeah, they get the news before they get the news in the street.
So what was the news y'all got?
Yeah, he was in.
Yeah, he was in by the happen.
He was in on your first bit.
Yeah, he was still in.
And I was still in.
I left him. Yeah. I left him in 95, 96. He was still. He had a rap.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a rap.
Y'all doing
He came home and came back.
Yeah,
still-
I came home, got filthy rich, went back to see him and everything, gave him the possibilities of man. When he looked at me like, damn, that's out there.
Oh my
When
goodness.
he looked at me,
I'm glad I couldn't.
Yeah, when he
I'm
looked,
glad I ain't go home. I'm
Slim,
glad. I'm
when
so
he looked
glad.
at me, when I came down
It was
to
too
see him,
enticing.
I
not
told him, I
to-
said, Slim, I'm coming down. He said, for real? I said, yeah, I'm coming down. Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm heavy. When I went down there to see him, I was so happy to see him. I was so happy to come back because him, you know, a lot of stuff he ain't gonna talk about because it's none of everybody's business. But we stayed up nights and nights trying to figure out how to be men. You know what I'm saying? We jogged each other's mind trying to figure out, because we was in our 20s.
Yeah.
You don't have it figured out in your 20s. This is where people has got to miss, because to listen to these rappers and all that. Man, you faking, man. You ain't seen it yet, man. It's a process that you got to go through, man, till you can get to where you develop. Man, we ain't talking about everybody. We just talking about the percentage, some numbers. 7 out of 10, you ain't no man when you're 23, 24. Now, you can defend yourself. You gonna stand on your principles, but you don't have adulthood figured out, home. It's a process.
Especially when you've been incarcerated
Yeah.
back and forth, because you had did a little short bit before you came.
Yeah, listen, man. Listen, man.
So them little bits
Man,
start
they add
adding
up.
up.
They start
man.
adding up, man. I left.
And you find yourself doing penitentiary. I mean, you find yourself being penitentiary raised after a while.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, he was. Yeah, when I went back. Yeah, he was on. When I went back the second time in 2002, he came home in 2004.
Right.
Right. So now I'm calling him, and he's like, man, ooh, let me get myself established. Ooh, I can hear the love. You know, one thing about it, you can make a call to somebody. You go, if you know where you at, Slim, you already know who's trying to assist you. We had to talk 3 or 4 times before I realized whether you really trying. Man, what you need? You good? Where you at? They gonna reach. Pittsburgh. Hey, man, what's your people number? Let me send you. It ain't. We know how to do it. So if a dude tell me, yeah, Slim, it's tough out here. I'm just trying to find a job, and dude, he can't help you. He can't help you. And if he could, maybe he would have not.
So what's the mind state, man, when you went back in?
Man, I was hurt.
Everything that you accumulated.
I was hurt. I was hurt. I was at my lowest point in 2002. And I'm going to tell you something. People think I was at my lowest point because of what I lost monetary. Never worry about that. I can always get me some money. All I got to do is get a chance to get back. What I was hurt about was something that God told me when I came home in 96, who knew my family. And he was like, somebody lived across the street, he said, man, you doing good. Because, I had everybody faked out. I worked for Verizon and all that, but I got ounces in my truck. You know what I'm saying? I work for, I got $3,500 in my pocket regular. You know what I'm saying? Ounces in the truck and all that, 4, 5 businesses and all that. Got everybody faked out because they're like, people proud of you. Because they naturally want to see you do good. They're like, man, I'm so proud. They pull up, man, I'm so glad that you're doing good. I was like, damn, this motherfucker don't even know I got grams in my truck. You know what I'm saying? So a guy had told me, he said, Slim, I'm so glad you do. This is what he told me, Price Bay. This is what hit me. And it didn't hit me till it happened. It's how somebody give you a jewel. He said, Slim, I'm so glad you're doing good. He said, because you go back, you're going to kill your mama. Do you hear what I just said? Now, when you're doing good, how about, yeah, man, I appreciate that. You brush all that off. It don't sit with you till you go back and it kill your mama. And you try to make sense of what they were saying, right? And he was saying that, Slim, your mother getting up in age, the emotional roller coasters that moms be, because moms stay attached to him. I don't give a fuck what you go through. Moms will ride that motherfucker, yeah. Divorce and the girl left you. Boy, come on over here, get some of these wings and shit. I love you. You know what I mean? I told your ass. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because every great man came from a woman. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody saying less about a man. It's just giving the woman her honor.
Absolutely.
See what I'm saying? That you can learn to honor a woman, Slim. Guarantee you're gonna be all right. I ain't telling you to be married and all that. I'm just telling you to have a great reverence for our woman. Man, I try to, man, I be, listen, cutting hair, I run into so many people and girls that's struggling and all that. And I see they got 2, 3 kids. And, you know, I know they doing the best they can. You know what I'm saying? I pitch in. Girl, come on, can I get it? Man, come on, bring Shorty. A haircut could make him not get in a fight in school. You know, when kids have stuff like that, something simple, man, your hair beady, huh? Shorty rum about that. He's mad about it. Yeah. A haircut could change a guy. When you in middle school and all that, that's where all that picking on guys is, man. Look at your haircut, man. That joke go all the way down your hair. What? You know what I'm saying? Any little indeficiency can make you. But the 2002 was one of the lowest points in my life. I went to prison, and God directed people in my life that will point me in the right direction. I had a Jamaican cellie. I had a young dude that was crazy. I had another dude that was crazy. So I needed to see all ways of life. And then I had a chance to really sit back and say, damn, I made some wrong choices home. Here I'm back in again. Now everybody that I left, Jermaine, they was on the way home. That dude was on the way home. That dude was like, man, you back, Skinny? But the only thing why I ain't catch so much flack, because I was these gone some years. You know, see, we used to seeing dudes back. In 2002, I don't know.
Yeah, Lawton's closed.
It was closed. Yeah.
Lawton's
But I'm
closed.
saying you're still getting recycled in the system. So Herb, all of us know we're gonna check on each other.
All Lawton dudes went to the field.
Yeah, they're gonna check on him, man. We're price bad. We're
That's
all
right,
this one,
yeah,
because you know we got history. And we solid, you know what I'm saying? And so the people that's in, you know, in your circle, you trying to fool with them just because what y'all built real. It ain't no fugazi. Man, I love this dude, man. This dude taught me so much, man. He's younger than me. Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm telling you, man, when you know that you can do some other things to get a few dollars, like me, I got Rolodex, I can dial 7 numbers, put me right back into the wrong road. You know what I'm saying? And dude, answer that, what's up, homie? You know what I mean? It's, you know, sometimes, you know, but for real, Slim, it's easy, man. It's easy now because consistency of doing what's right. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna say this real quick. I definitely want to put this in right here because
rolling like a motherfucker. Go ahead.
I respect the fact that you stood on it, and I already know mom's looking down on you because you looked me in my eyes. I couldn't believe it, and I still can't. Sometimes I can't believe it today. But you told me, you said, Glue, I ain't hustling no more. That's it. It's over with.
Yeah, it's over.
You know what I'm saying? But to see you make that sacrifice and see how you had to grind to get yourself, and to see how that hustle turned into a barber trapper. I mean,
yeah.
And I ain't blowing. I know for a fact, top 10 BC, top 5 on H Street. For real. Like with them clippers, man, you the Al Capone of the clipping cone, man. And you done laid it down like straight. You to show other youngins how to come in, how to be patient, how to, you know what I'm saying? And you constantly giving back.
I did that.
And man, you done took this barber thing to a whole nother level.
No, I did that because of the help of you, man. I did that. I mean, like when I said when I first came home, you know, Bob, I didn't understand actually the trade of barber. I knew I could cut, but it don't matter just about, you know, it's more to barber and just being able to cut.
Absolutely.
You have to understand people. You have to be punctual. You have to be consistent. You have to treat people like you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? You can't be judgmental and all that because, you know, a lot of my relationship, when I give people my chair that I care about, we talk. You know, I mean, we build
for that
because when I go to
for a good laugh,
man, when I go to the doctor, I talk to my doctor. I feel comfortable. I can tell her my problem. I tell my doctor, I tell my doctor, she said, Mr. McCray, you've been home 7 years. You don't drink or something. I could go back and say, yeah, I'm drinking now, doc. She said, what? You drink? She said, you've been clean for, yeah, you've been not drinking for 30 some years. She said, okay, well, you need to, okay, don't drink. Oh, but I had to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's my doctor. I said, she said, anything else you want? Yeah, I smoke a little weed. Huh? She said, weed? I said, smoke a little weed. And she said, what do you say? I said, I smoke. Right. And she said, okay, well, you have to be, I said, well, it's different now. When you were young now, when you understand what your life is all about, you understand prioritizing what's important. You understand your family first, God first, then family.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Once you put God ahead of everything, you got to be just me. I got to be God-based because the only reason I'm not in the street is because I told my mother before she passed, I said, Mom, done. I said, Mom, and Mom was looking at me.
That's why I respect.
My mom said, boy, you serious? I said,
yeah.
Mom, that's it. I said, if I'm able to get back
Mm-hmm.
and get a chance into society,
Mm-hmm.
I will never be involved in that again.
Mom, he stood on top of it.
My mom said,
he stood.
She said, your mama know you better.
Man,
she said, oh, you serious, huh?
Man.
I said, yeah. And then I done had a few temptations. Dude done came past my job.
Yeah, you called me. Called me.
Yeah,
Hey, because one thing I can say about you, you got something on your mind.
I gotta call somebody.
You gotta call somebody because man, it's a skin weight.
I gotta call somebody. Dudes will test you too. Your own friends. I had a dude come past my job and man, Slim pack that shit up, man. This shit over, man. Such home, man. We back. I said, oh man, man, come on outside, man. Come on outside. I said, man, look, man, I got a client, man. Fuck all that cutting edge shit, man. Pack all that little, diminished. But he was playing. But if I would have bit, serious, took me outside. I said, man, I ain't with the pop the trunk, and, like so. Come on, Slim. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, that's man principle.
I said, man, I'm listen, man. I'm not going there. I made a covenant, and man, if you got to jump out there sometime. People say never. It's some things that you got to say you never gonna do.
Exactly.
I ain't never been an advocate of that. You say, man, don't never say that. That's a dude just looking for a way to just really not. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can say never, man. You ain't gonna never sell no dope again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't ate no red meat, no pork in 30 years. Yeah, I ain't ate in 30 years. Yeah. And so, one of the things that I want to tie this in, because I know we winding down, but one of the things I want to tie this in before we roll, one of the things that I made mention of earlier is that I honored you.
Hold on for 1 second.
I honored you because
go ahead, Young.
You're a great man when it comes to family, right?
Right.
And
hold on, what happened? All right, girl, I'm online. What you talking about? You looking for me? Where you at? Yeah, we on the back. We're on the back. On the backs. Where you at now? Yeah, we on the back side. We on the back side. Keisha was texting me. Okay. Listen, we're going to listen. Okay, before I close, I got somebody. Can you come on the show Thursday? Yeah, next Thursday. Okay, I can lock you in. Okay, I'm gonna call you tomorrow and exchange information. We're gonna make sure that you get it done. We're gonna have more organization. I gotta show you what's that so y'all won't have that type of problem again. It's a little tricky. You gotta go down, make a right, and then come all the way behind. It's not in the front, it's in the back. It looked closed, but we in the back. The studio's in the back. You gotta go down the street. But don't worry about it. We're gonna make it happen and make it do what it do, and we'll get it done. But in the meantime, go check the show out, see what see what you got to say about it. We on Slink TV on YouTube, Rabble Rousers TV, and on my Facebook page. You friends with me on Facebook? Okay. All right. Because I need to hear what you got to say. All right. All right.
Yeah, so before we, close, and one of the things that I can say that I honor you because you're a hell of a father, man.
Oh shit! Look at my daughter right there.
You're a hell of a father, man.
Hey, shit.
And
Oh, shit.
and a hell of a husband, man.
Oh Lord.
I know Michelle can attest to that
Oh,
because
let me see if she's should agree with that shit.
man, shoot, man. Then you got one of the strongest women, especially dealing with you, man. It's got to be a strong woman, man, to deal with the type of dude like you, man. You know what I'm saying? But I got to get honor to your family, man. That has been structured around, the foundation that you've set, and just because a lot of times we don't give each other the honor that's due. But man, as an all-around family man, provider, mentor, giving guidance, and your daughter doing extraordinary well in the cosmetology field. Talk about that a little bit. Talk about
That's my heart right
baby
there.
girl,
My
man.
man, I'm
Give
so
her a shout out, man.
she calling me now. That's her calling me now because she pulled a
give her a
picture.
shout out.
My daughter, you can follow her and stare at my head. She's a very talented young lady. She has her own baby girl. Where you at? Okay, where you at? I didn't ask you where you. See, this is your daughter. Okay, I got you. I got you. I'm talking about you in a good nature, and you get on here and disrespect your dad. I'll talk to you in a minute. Oh, you know how to dress it up. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
That's all right. I'm
So
going to
I
send
ain't
you address.
lying.
I'm going to send you
You know what I'm
address.
saying?
Thank you, boo. Bye. Just want the address. Bye. Yeah.
And so I say that because I got two daughters.
Yeah, daughters. You know what?
I got two daughters and a son.
Like me.
Exactly.
You know what? So you know what hurt me though? I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna close. What really bothered me over the last month that I didn't sleep for 2 days is those two young girls that got killed. One was in Cabos, and one was in a hotel because I have daughters. Slim, what happened? And that's another show. Hurt me to my heart so much as a dad. Just to watch a beautiful young lady, ambitious young lady, trying to do the right thing, get murdered like that, or whatever happened. For her not to be able to come back with the rest of them, man, that hurt me to my heart.
Yeah, man.
And I just want to send prayers out to her family. I ain't really big on names, but I don't know people because I think that's kind of like odd for you to be talking about people like you know them, you don't know them. So I only kind of like use names with people I really know. So I don't like using people's names just to get likes and all that because I still think that the family's going through something themselves because we ain't been through it.
Absolutely.
So I like to give them their respect, but acknowledge what happened at the same time.
Yeah.
As Slink TV and Rabble Rousers send their prayers from 2904 to their extended family, to both families, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's where we at. We men over here.
Absolutely.
We men first. You know what I mean? So, that's how we do.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you, Slim, for coming in, being on time. You know what I'm saying? Drinking the Moet all up. And all that. You know what I'm saying? No, that ain't nothing. I want to thank you, man, for being a friend for over the last 30 years and for us to continue doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because this ain't and I want to thank Kevin for coming out, man. Getting a chance to see what's really going on. So
Donna Douglas.
Donna, her name was Shinquilla. Okay, yeah. I know her name, but I just didn't use it.
Yeah. I like to send my condolences also to the family and the loved ones and definitely protect the little ones, man.
Yeah.
Protect the little ones, pray over them, and get back, to
that. Yeah, see, these people think they already know what I'm talking about. See, when I met stuff like that, was really a real thing. A lot of times, dudes, they remember because they was rapping then. Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Dirty Urine Records.
Listen, I had some, and see, I'm gonna
gotta come back with that though.
Keep it short. Dirty Urine Records. What I did is steal a page from Death Row, the Ink. They started out Murder Inc. Then they went to the Ink. They started out Death Row, and they went to the Row. So I was going to start out with Dirty Urine Records, and then I was going to translate to DUR Records. See, I already had it planned out where you use that as a catchphrase, right? Because the average dude that's on any label, urine is dirty. Who we fooling? You know what I mean? We ain't talking about what you're using. We just talking about your urine. So I thought that would be a good catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, baby boy. Well, Slink, once I was gone and I came home and seen how fashion all around changed, not only the way it was more so about the way people were wearing their clothes now with the fitted and all that. Where when I left, I still make an adjustment with people wearing baggy stuff, right? When I was out, people wore stuff that wasn't as fitted as it is now. Now it's more moved over more towards the European cut. Everything is fitted and all that. But when I was out, so I really haven't, listen, to be honest, I've been home 10 years, still can't find me a pair of jeans that I like to fit me the way I like. So that's how hard I've been wrestling with. Because I don't just want to put nothing out. And, you know, like you said, you got something from 20 years ago. It was good for them because it was quality. The numbers was good. Now things are higher and you're getting less mature. So you're getting stuff that's fitting you smaller, but it don't last as long. Because when you put stuff in the cleaners or you wash, it's going to shrink. It's going to shrink. So I haven't found the adjustment from there to there. Not saying that, you know, did that, but I really wanted to go in another direction. I really wanted to go back into something that I don't think nobody's doing. So I like to do stuff nobody's doing. I want to get my young kids back into dressing up. Like we used to be, put suits on, right? I want to change and build the images up. Let's get out of all these sweats and hoods and all that, downplay. Let's start from the top. Might be some Slink suits coming for kids. So it ain't over yet. You know what I mean? Just keep it in line. You got something coming, I might have a little a Slink skirt.
Yeah, but man, thank you again for allowing me the opportunity to come on here and interview you. Man, great interview. Shout out to Reds Pop. Shout out to Rabble Rouser and man, our guest host.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. Everybody could have been doing something. Also, I was watching earlier, brother Doctor, the G Young Cat Sharp as a razor, man. Been all around town, guys. So check him out, man. See, I'm always rooting for other people too, man. You can't win unless you root for other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people always want everything. I ain't never been nobody been short of anything, so I want more for everybody.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I mean, we do better when we all do better. It's simple, Slim. We do better when we all do better.
Absolutely.
The reason why we lopsided now, because one dude got $8 million, other dude got $40. See, they got us. Man, we got to bring that. Man, let me tell you something. All you guys is $100 million heads. You should have more friends that you made millionaires. You should have more cousins that you got heading to $100,000. You can't have that much of a gap between your own people, man. I'm not that shit, but that shouldn't sit well with you. Mm-hmm. Being so far ahead of your own people.
Well, a lot of people, man, especially these days, man, they selfish, man. They ain't thinking about, looking out for nobody else.
Oh,
might die with $1 million in the hidden in the walls.
Well,
real.
Listen, I don't want.
This dude is $1 million, man. He's a priceless jewel, man.
Listen, man,
multi-millionaire.
This is part one. This is part one. This is part one.
I said it.
I had 3 other guests, and they couldn't find it. They was out texting. See, I tell people, that's why I tell people get here early. Because once the show starts, I be so in tune with trying to do the show that I can't answer my phone. If they don't call,
as you should.
Yeah, I'm so busy trying to, and people be texting and all that. And these girls, I wanted him to hear, and they'll be here because she says she'll come. And I like to have you back, and Kevin, I like to have you back, next week, if you can, but we can talk about some things. And I'm gonna have a few more guests that come on in, man, and just find out people that have available. You look like your son that time, Marco, with your little beard. You look like your son. But man, thanks everybody tuning in.
Yes, sir.
If anybody, you want to pray for anybody, You want to pray for anybody before you go?
My daughter, my beautiful 4-month-old.
Okay. Anybody you want to pray for, Marcus? Marco Price, but
Yeah, definitely, man. My family, my loved ones, the friends, and these youngers out here, man. I want to definitely put a prayer out, man, to stop some of this violence and stop killing each other. And stay in the best of health, mentally as well as physically. Keep God first, definitely.
it look like me that's struggling right now, man. The dude right now that don't know where he gonna get nothing to eat from. I ain't praying for all you dudes that got all that money, cause y'all all right. Y'all good, man. Cause I know you ain't prayed for me. I want to pray for somebody that really ain't got nobody. That everybody done gave up on. I want to pray for somebody, man.
It's your come up time.
Yeah, I want to pray for
Yeah,
somebody.
when everybody doubted you out, it's your come up time.
Yeah, I think
Somebody listening,
Slim,
somebody about to come up. 2023 gonna be yours.
Whoever was you going through a divorce or a bad relationship or drug addiction or a disease, I want to pray for you, man. Where you kind of like done gave up. I'm gonna finish the show, man, by saying, man, everybody take care of yourself. We love y'all. Thank you, Price Bay. Look forward to seeing y'all next Thursday, same time, 7:30 a.m.
Yes, sir.